15 Rare 2020 Quarters Worth Money, Complete Value Guide. The year 2020 is barely 2 years old, but would it interest you to know if there are quarters from that year that are even rarer and more valuable than some coins from the previous century? One dive into the world of American coins, and you'd be amazed at the things you find. In the year 2020, the American Mint released a special type of quarters under the America the Beautiful Quarters program. One of these coins featured the National Park of American Samoa. Before taking a deeper look at the history of the 2020 quarter, below are 15 rare quarters from that year that have sold. 1. Price, $669. Grade, uncirculated. This is a 2020 quarter with an error that's a rare find. It is a strike-through error coin in an uncirculated condition. As with many 2020 quarters, they are found by regular, everyday people in their pocket changes. The quarters are still very much in circulation, with many showing great preservation. We can't say this is a special thing, but grades are grades, whether they are of coins from last year. This one was found by the seller in a roll from the bank in the same year the coins were released. The whole head of the mother bat is missing in the strike-through. It was sold on eBay for $669. 50. 2. Price, $549. Grade, ungraded. This uncirculated specimen is the 2020 quarter showing the Weir Farm National Historic Site. It is a 68-acre cultural landscape with 15 structures and houses. The reverse is interesting because it shows a painter standing in front of Julian Alden Weir's studio. This is reminiscent of the artist Weir himself when he worked with other painters at the farm. Though this coin is from 2020, it still sold more than its face value on eBay. 3. Price, $549. Grade, MS69. There's not much surprise here with this edition of the 2020 quarter. This editing features Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve in Kansas. It is the largest one left in the whole of North America. The image of the prairie is seen on the reverse of the coin. This coin was minted in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Now, as to this particular coin, it was graded by PCGS at MS69 for its fine color and luster. It is on this basis that it sold on eBay for $549. The buyer had better hold on to the coin, as it should climb in value in years to come. 4. Price, $595. Grade, MS67. This 2020 quarter bears another historical asset called the Marsh-Billings-Rockefeller National Historical Park in Vermont. This coin reminds Americans of the conservation and the issues of land stewardship in the country. The story is always told on the reverse of the coin, so you will find the image of a girl planting a Norway spruce seedling near a tree, depicting the continuation of forest life. This coin is graded MS67 by PCGS and sold on eBay for more than $500. 5. Grade, MS67. Price, $787. This quarter reminds Americans of both the end of World War II and also of the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve on St. Croix, Virgin Island. Here endangered species are protected. You can find depictions of this on the reverse, where there's a red mangrove tree standing on a marsh. PCGS graded the coin MS67. Not bad for a recent coin. It was sold on eBay for $787. 6. Grade, MS67. Price, $685. This coin was made at the West Point Mint in 2020. It features the historical Marsh-Billings-Rockefeller National Historical Park. The difference here is it comes with the V75 Privy Mark to honor the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. You can find these Privy Marks on select coins. It is what makes this one special. It sold on eBay as well for $685. PCGS graded it MS67. 7. Grade, SP70. Price, $749. This 2020 rare coin features a Samoan fruit bat with her pup, both of them hanging from a tree. This image is a reminder of the effort these animals put into their relationship. This park is the only one where you will find these bats. PCGS graded this coin SP70 because we have to admit these ones are quite scarce. This example sold on eBay for $747.99. 8. Grade, MS65. Price, $138. These coins should have sold higher than this in my opinion, as they have privy marks on them. At any rate, the coins remain members of a bunch of rare and valuable coins, at least for coins that are as recent as 2020. The seller had a bunch of them and thought it wise to sell them as a group. He got them all graded MS65 and MS66 by PCGS and sold them on eBay for $138.50. All 5 coins were produced in the West Point Mint. They have been preserved well and show full luster. 9. Grade, MS65. Price, $34. Once again, here is another 2020 quarter featuring the historic Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve. The coin bears the W mark, which means it was made in the West Point Mint. It is a rare find because it's a Privy Mark V75 coin. In the coming years, it could be the buyer's turn to make a better and higher sale of this genuine quarter. It was graded MS65 because it shows the original color and the features aren't so worn. It sold on eBay for a decent sum. 10. Grade, MS65. Price, $113. This is also an American Samoa quarter from the West Point Mint. It also is a V75 coin. It is declared rare and valuable. 2 million of these coins were made, and that gives this particular specimen bragging rights. There's no evidence yet that Americans are jostling for these quarters as collectibles. What we do know is, collectors are watching from behind the scene. This specimen sold on eBay for a decent amount of $113. 11. Grade, MS67. Price, $177. Here is yet another variation of the famous 2020 quarters that are worth money. There were only a maximum of 2 million of the 2020 W Salt River Bay quarters made, making them exceedingly scarce. The mint mark for these coins is W. Through the introduction of rare coins into circulation, the mint hoped to spark interest in coin collecting. The 2020 W Salt River Bay America the Beautiful quarter is worth $23 or more in uncirculated mint condition. However, it has sold higher in auctions across the world. 12. Grade, MS68. Price, $5,000. 2 million of this coin was produced with 75% copper and 25% nickel. It is a specimen of the 2020 Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve engraved quarter. This one is graded higher than the former ones on this list at MS68. This grade may not make a collector go wow in amazement because it's barely a 2-year-old coin. And even though it is a business strike, it's still young enough to achieve the grade. It sold on eBay, where most of the 2020 quarters are being sold for now, for $5,000. It isn't very much compared to older coins, but that's the point of it all. 13. Grade, MS68. Price, $3,061. Another West Point minted quarter which was also graded MS68 by PCGS sold on eBay again for a decent $3,061. It may interest you to know that PCGS and some other coin hobby companies hosted competitions and paid as much as $1,000 to anyone who found quarters with the W mint mark. The W mint mark will appear on these coins. The mint took this action in an effort to spark interest in coin collecting by putting rare coins into circulation. Lucky coin collectors who are paying close attention to their change will find these W quarters, which were thrown in with bags of coins produced by the Philadelphia and Denver mints. 14. Grade, MS66. Price, $169. This quarter comes in a lower grade than others on this list. It features the Marsh-Billings-Rockefeller National Historical Park on the reverse. This one is graded MS66 by PCGS. It sold low at $169.99 on eBay. The 2020 W. Marsh Billings Rockefeller quarter is a very uncommon coin that was only printed in a maximum of 2 million pieces. The W. Mint mark will appear on these coins. The Mint took this action in an effort to spark interest in coin collecting by putting rare coins into circulation. 15. Grade, MS66. Price, $122. Sometimes the PCGS grading may seem arbitrary if all you have of a coin is a picture. This is the case with this particular seller's quarter. It is graded MS66 but in my opinion, ought to have been higher. This coin definitely shows a high amount of sheen and luster. Perhaps there are minute marks on it only seen under a magnifier which makes it grade this low. Whatever the case, it sold on eBay for $122.50, which isn't very bad. The history of the 2020 quarter. These special quarters were classified under a program that was called America the Beautiful Quarters, or for short, ATB quarters. The program began in 2010. All coins in this program bore the image of George Washington on the obverse, and 5 different reverses for each of the 5 quarters for the year. Each of them commemorates a national, natural, or historic site. The 2020 quarters added a new feature, a privy mark on the West Point quarters. It comes with the text V75, as a celebration of the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. It was designed inside an outline of the Rainbow Pool located at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point mints were all involved with the production of the quarters since the beginning of the program. In 2020 there was a coordinated production so that the other mints produced a disparate number of quarters except for West Point Mint, which produced 2 million each of the 5 designs. Each quarter is $0. 25 in value, 24. 26 mm in diameter, reeded edges, and composed of 99.9% silver. On the obverse is the image of George Washington designed by John Flanagan in 2010. The reverse features 5 different designs, namely, the National Park of American Samoa, Ware Farm National Historic Site, Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park, and the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve. How much is a 2020 quarter worth? They are definitely worth more than face value or the value for which they are made, which is $0. 25. This is so when you consider the list above shows how much many of them have sold previously. 2020 quarters in used circulated condition are worth between $1 and $2 each. Quarters in uncirculated condition are valued between $12 and $20 each. Those in mint condition are valued from $25 upward. If you are just taking interest in coins, and you wish to begin with the 2020 quarters, it's important to understand what coin values are based on. Condition. The condition that a quarter or any coin determines its value. Very worn coins are less valued than those in a perfect or near perfect state. So if you have a collection of the 2020 quarters, say the one with the W mark on it, you should keep it properly. Mint mark. From good condition we are led to the features on the coin. One of the most important features that make a coin valuable is the mint mark. For the 2020 quarters, the most valuable mint mark is the W mark, which is on quarters made in the facility located on the premises of the West Point Army Academy. Begin by taking a second look at the head side of any quarter with the 2020 date that comes your way. 2020 quarter value chart. 2020 quarters were all produced in Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and the West Point Mint. They all feature their mint marks as well. In this chart, for the purpose of simplicity, the design names are featured alone. All quarters regardless of their mint marks are valued at $1. 14 and graded MS65. Quarter grade value National Park quarter MS65 $1. 14 Ware Farm quarter MS65 $1. 14 Salt River Bay quarter Mississippi 65 $1. 14 Marsh Billings Rockefeller MS65 $1. 14 Tallgrass Prairie Quarter Mississippi 65 $1. 2020 W Value Chart. Grade Price MS $63 $20 MS $64 $29. 99 MS $65 $95 MS $66 $129. Frequently asked questions. Is the 2020 BAT quarter worth anything? The value of the BAT quarter is determined by the condition of the coin and which U.S. mint it originates from. In uncirculated condition, the quarters marked P and D are worth $0.50 each. And in MS-65 grades they go up to $1. BAT quarters made in San Francisco with the S mark are worth between $2 to $3 in MS-65 grade. How many 2020 quarters are there? There are 5 quarters from 2020. Each quarter bears a design depicting a history and natural site. National Park of American Samoa, Ware Farm National Historic Site, Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park, and Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve. How much is a 2020 W Mint Mark quarter worth? Quarters with the W mark are worth $20 to $100 in uncirculated condition. What is the error on the 2020 Salt River Bay quarter? There are 2 errors in the Salt River Bay quarter: die breaks on the mangrove tree, and feeder finger errors. How much is a 2020 Marsh Billings quarter worth? This quarter is worth anywhere from $0.56 to $1. 14 in uncirculated condition. Final thoughts. 2020 quarter value also depends on whether the coin is graded by a professional body. The well-known PCGS or Professional Coin Grading Service provides services along this line. It would be best to know beforehand how much to expect your quarter to sell. But even more important is how much you understand about coins in general, and quarters in particular. You can begin by reading all you can about them, and watching videos too.